Hey there and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the functional trainer shoulder press, and we're going to be taking a supinated grip with this variation. This is an incredible exercise for your shoulders, and it's also going to place a little bit more emphasis on the front delt. The first thing you're going to want to do is set up your cable. I would set it up to hip height or so, and then you want to put your rotation arm somewhere between a 2 and a 4 depending on your width of your shoulders, and then you want to choose the appropriate weight. Make sure you start off light and then slowly start to increase the weight every other week or so. Make sure you put the same weight on both sides, obviously. And then what you want to do is make sure that you keep your elbows nice and tight in and in front of you. So you basically want to make sure that you're pressing upward from that forward angle. So you basically want your hands to come near your face, underneath your chin, and then when you come up, fully extend at the top. But before we continue with more tips, here's a word from today's video sponsor.
I'm today's video sponsor, and if you'd like help losing fat or gaining muscle, there are a few ways I can help you down below. Either set up a free consultation with us, purchase through one of our free affiliate links, or purchase one of our instant access affordable training programs. Can't wait to be of service to you. Now let's get back to the rest of the video.
So basically you want to make sure your shoulder width apart right inside the machine. So your leg should be right next to the cable, basically where you're pulling from on both sides. That way it's pulling straight down, because if you take too far of a step back, then it's going to start pulling you forward. You don't want that. You want to basically make the cable go straight up and down. And also make sure that you stand up nice and tall with your hips in, squeeze your glutes, and squeeze your abs. What that's going to do is going to stop you from arching your lower back excessively and make it so that you don't get injured, obviously. If you start arching your back a bunch, you're going to be placing unnecessary stress on your lower back for no reason other than to lift heavier weight, but you're not necessarily putting more tension on the shoulders by doing that. Now, the next thing you want to do is make sure that you keep your forearms at the same angle as the cable. So notice my forearms are pretty similar to the angle of the cable there. Meaning, like, you don't want your elbows facing out and you don't want to be pressing forward or backwards. You just want to be pressing straight up. Now, being that you're doing it in a supinated fashion, your hands are going to come out in front of you just slightly, but you just want to make sure that you're not like bringing any lower than that. You don't want to go any lower than your chin, because if you do, the forearm angle is going to change, meaning that the forearm is going to start pointing forward and the cables are going to be up and down. And then this is going to place unnecessary stress on your rotator cuffs. And the next thing I want you guys to focus on is making sure that you keep the hands facing you the whole time. You don't want the hands to rotate as you do it, because then you're going to start changing the areas that you're focusing on. Another thing is to make sure that you're facing forward, meaning your chin is tucked and that you're looking forward. You don't want to be looking up when you're doing this exercise and placing unnecessary stress on your neck. So here's some common mistakes that I want you guys to avoid. Pressing forward. You don't want to do that. You want to aim to have your biceps by your ears. You also don't want to be doing half reps at the bottom of the range or the top of the range. Also make sure to keep your chin tucked. That way you don't place unnecessary stress on your neck. And you also don't want to be using a push and press motion with this exercise. Just keep your form strict, go all the way down and up, and make sure that you're doing it in a nice, slow and controlled fashion.